Hey, well, this is day 6, and I've had a shower. I can't tell you what a feeling that is to do something so mundane. And I've got my juice on. Look at the thickness of that. Eat your heart out, Omnipolar. Um, that's kale and kale. Yeah, yeah, things you got to do to stay alive. Yeah, kale, spinach, and I managed to convince the powers that be to add a couple of dates in there as well. So it's very nice. Giving me the mojo. I was thinking overnight, sort of. I mean, I feel so much better. Every day I just the recovery is well, yeah. I feel so much better, and the pains that I've been dealing with, nothing new has arrived. So they're expected. I know when it happens, and just sort of ride it out. I've had a major surgery. I've had something called a radical prostatectomy, which is a procedure that is done to combat cancer cells that were found in my prostate. So, I mean, I think the overarching reason why I've been doing this sort of video a series, as it were, is to just say, somebody who is going to get this prostate cancer. It is, it's a silent killer. I had no symptoms whatsoever. It was by pure accident, by pure chance, that an old school friend of mine's sister, I was out at a party with, just said, hey, have you had a test, to check for prostate cancer? And I was like, what are you on about? And she literally, this was over a 10-year period of every time that I would bump into gatherings and parties, it would always end up, with her telling all the guys, and about just before the pandemic, we were at a party and my wife was there and she heard this, and then so that idea was sold into her head that, get a test. For me, the pandemic came and obviously, we did what we had to do. And so when things moved on a bit, thank you. When things moved on a bit, it then became obvious that there was nowhere to hide in terms of actually going to get this test done. And I'm so glad that I did, because as I said, I had no symptoms whatsoever and wouldn't have known, and I would be dead in 5 years' time. It's just, the consultant said there's, I think, about 7,000 men at the moment in England who are very, very close to having advanced stage prostate cancer, but have no idea. Some were not caught through, as I said, during the lockdown, sort of things shut down a bit. But most just because you just don't talk about it enough. So the main reason why I'm sort of doing this, like I'm on a mission to just get anyone who would listen to tell somebody to go and get a test. It's nothing. It's just a pinprick. Yeah, and 2 or 3 days later, the screener will say whether or not there's something that needs to be looked into or not. And if there is something that needs to be looked into, there are other further tests that can be done and will be done, and there are treatments that can be done, so you don't end up my situation. I mean, I'm very, very lucky because I've actually had a successful operation, but so the other side of that, is the serious pain, and which I said before is nothing in comparison to actually managing to catch this on time. And thank God for the NHS, as I keep saying. We need to protect it from privatization, and to sort of stand a chance of moving to the other side of being able to sort of live a normal life, as it were. So yeah, literally, somebody who is going to get this disease. All you have to do is just mention it. Just say, go and get a PSA test. Just go and get a test, and give somebody a chance, because this is not fun at all. It's yeah, it's a killer. It's a silent killer, and we need to talk about it. We need to talk more about it. So yeah, day 6, and the recovery is going. And yeah, just wanted to put this out here today. All right, let's get back on the juice.